Maria got questions that were questions women are too afraid to ask, or maybe not too afraid to ask, or just want to ask husbands, men.
How do guys really feel when they come home and their partner is just sitting in lounge clothes, no makeup?
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of The Dicksons, episode 17. My back hurts.
Caroline has started to say that.
Shoveling a good 8 or 9 weeks ago. My back is still bothering me. I've officially hit that age where my back hurts.
I'm just picturing Caroline.
Caroline will just stand there and be like, my back hurts. I'm like, yeah. We're close to me having to go to the doctor for it. I'm going to try another few weeks of just stretching it myself. And then if I can't figure it out, which I'll be very disappointed by, I'll go. But I mean, my doctor already knows about it. You could just get
cracked like a glow stick.
True. It cracks a lot. I crack it a lot.
Yeah. Well, I meant like by a professional.
Oh, meh. We'll see. Might have to get a scan if I can't figure it out myself. So my doctor already knows about it. She already offered a massage and physical therapy, and I said, I'm gonna take a shot at it, fixing it myself. That was 4 weeks ago. It's still not fixed. Good thing I'm not in pain. Mm-hmm. It's not pain, not shooting down my legs or anything. It's just like tight for like tight muscles, like you just worked out yesterday and your muscles are tight. It's been like that for like 8 weeks. It's just annoying.
The massage might actually help that a lot, though.
Get on it.
Like, I can only do so. I don't know.
Get on it.
The exact things to do. So you might need to go to a professional for that.
Nah. Anyway, Maria asked people for questions. Our most popular video in the history of the channel is you asking a man questions that women are too afraid to ask, and or husband, and or dude, boy, guy, father. Just apparently girl audiences want to know stuff.
Oh, good.
From a dude.
I like it.
Because that's what I am. Just a dude.
Are you?
I'm just a dude. That's just all I am.
All right.
I was talking about that the other day.
Huh. About how you're just a dude?
No, they're like, why do you think... Because we, like, in our community of people online, somebody was like, I like it here because there's like a lot more girls than like in any other community. And somebody's like, why do you think that is? And I was like, it's kind of just how it's always been. I've always been around a lot of girls. And then somebody asked that, and they're like, why do you think that is? And I was like, I think because girls genuinely want male friendship that has zero chance of getting weird. And then it just never will with me. Or they like a place they can hang out where things won't get weird. Yeah. Because at least when it's my community, safe. I control who's there, what can be said. I don't micromanage it in that way, but like, I'm like, I think they just want a dude's perspective and or to be able to hang around a dude or two without it getting weird. And sometimes it gets weird a lot. So finally, once it's like a space where it's just like, oh, you can just chill here, get a guy's perspective on things or whatever. And it's just never going to be like, oh, he was just hanging out with me to, play in the long game.
And I think with women.
And I grew up with women. So that helps in terms of like.
But I was saying women are more emotional where you are like not emotional and you're more logical. So sometimes they need that kind of perspective or just to get away from emotion, maybe.
Like, come to me if you want your problem solved. That's all I'm going to do. I just read something about that too. It was like, it's frustrating for women talking to men because it's like we want to problem solve and they want to vent and just responsive. There was a word for it, but women, when they talk to women, it's all between the lines and it's all the emotion in the conversation. With men, it's just like, what do we do to fix it? Like when it's always, they make fun of the dudes who talk and they're like, the problem happened, and girls are just baffled by the fact that like they didn't really get into the details or anything. It's mostly just because like, well, how do you solve it? Like, what are you gonna do? And then it's just like, I'm probably gonna do this, and it's like, oh, okay, cool, and then that's it. Like the whys don't really matter. Yeah, it's just like this is the problem. It's like, are you gonna fix it? And then hopefully to your friend, they're like, probably not. That's what always happens. Like, hey, I'm pursuing this person. Like, that seems like a bad idea. And they're like, yeah. Like, you're still going to do it? And they're like, yeah. It's like, oh, that sucks. And then they do it and you're like, that didn't work out, did it? And they're like, nope. And you're like, that sucks. And that's it. And then you just go on talking about, the new Marvel movie coming out or something. You just move on. But
I like the thing with when you're talking to your partner, spouse, whatever, and you have an issue and they say, do you need to vent or do you need it fixed or like advice or something? And sometimes you don't want the logic. You just want to be like, this just pissed me off.
Like, what are you doing? Are you just venting to me right now? Like, yes. Like, okay.
I don't need you to solve it. I just want you to listen and be like, yeah.
Let's go. Okay. That's it. When you're venting, it's just like a few nods and then just.
Yep.
Okay. And then sometimes it's like, can we please solve this so we don't have to keep having you upset about it? And that would be great. That's like the ultimate goal, because it was like, I think the perception is like, from a negative standpoint, they're like, we want to solve this because you're incapable, but it's not it. It's like the people men care about, like, I want to solve this problem for you so you have a better day. Like, so you're upset by this. That's making you have a worse day, more stressed, unable to enjoy certain interactions. Can I solve this so like that doesn't happen? That'd be fantastic. Not because I don't think you can, but because like you're coming to me, you're trusting me with this, interaction you're having. So it's like, well, let's make it not happen anymore. Like that's just what immediately my brain goes to. So they're like, I really don't like this happening, like with the kids or something. It's like, so let's stop that from happening, right? So you enjoy your time with them more. That's probably the hardest conversation we have.
Yeah.
Because, like, obviously easier said than done, but it's like, well, let's solve this not so, because I'm a perfect parent compared to you. It's not anything like that. It's like, let's solve this so you can enjoy your time with your kids more, because sometimes it's hard.
I think in the moment it's hard to remember that too, because I'm just like, oh, well, you think you can do it so much better, or I suck as a parent. But I know that you don't mean it that way. But in that moment in my head, it's just the first thing that comes to mind for some reason.
That's why I always tell you to take a step back. I'm not attacking you.
Yeah. I'm
telling you that, like, you're doing this. It's leading to this every single time. Mm-hmm. And if you don't change, like, if you don't change this, they can't. If you don't change this first interaction, they can't. They're not capable of doing it. Like, it's got to be you, even though it sucks and it's hard. And if you don't change it, they're not going to change it. And then y'all just keep feeding off each other. And then I have to come out and be like, what is going on?
We don't know.
What is going on? Everyone's screaming. And I'm just like, Caroline's teasing Liam and he's upset because he lost the remote. And then she's teasing him about the remote. And then you're like, just like, we have another remote. And he's like, I don't want that one. And Caroline's just being like, nah, boo, boo. And he's just like,
true story.
Yeah, and then happened. I'm just like, walk out and like, grab Caroline by the arm and like, let's walk out here. And she's like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, it's fine. You have to leave Liam alone. She's like, okay.
And then I found it underneath the blanket in that recliner. And he's like, oh, thank you.
Yeah, he runs over here. Look, we found it. I'm like, okay, man, like you had another remote. Let's not,
in the meantime, I had ordered one on Amazon. Remote. And then we found it was canceled.
I was the same way, like about my blanket I had. Like if I couldn't find it, I lost it until we found it.
Oh.
I'm kind of the same way right now, to be honest.
True.
Because like I always know where everything is. I always put everything back in the same place. I'm never somebody who loses my wallet or keys or anything. Like it's always same pockets, same place. Mm-hmm. So when I lose something, I'm like, where the I'm gonna lose my mind. Like my hat.
Yeah, you're always losing that thing though in the morning. I feel like you feel like you went on a streak of a few days,
like twice in like a week or so. But like in the past 5 years, how many times has it happened?
Oh. Exactly. You don't like lose it.
No, but that's what I mean. Like, where is my hat? Like, I just want it. People always ask. They're just like, do you wear your hat when you're not streaming and stuff like that? I'm like, yeah, I just wear hats, man. I don't know. I just like it. I've always worn hats.
Maybe it's like a nice like cushion.
It's the same way like I wear, like this is weird to people. Like I always wear something on my feet. Like I'm not just like barefoot or in socks. Like I have like shoes on in the house or like slipper. Like I have something on or like like those
My
memory
feet
foam
get
sandals.
too hot.
Oh yeah, no, like I'm just comfortable. I like wearing what I'm comfortable in. People used to ask all the time like why I'm wearing like jeans inside and wearing like I'm like this is just what I wear. I like this is why I wear what I wear when if I was going to like work a retail place. This is what I wear when I'm walking around the house. Like I'm like I just get dressed. I just shower every day, get dressed for my day the same way I would every day if we're going somewhere or if I'm just streaming. Just kind of just get ready the same way. I don't know. Look
like,
good,
what
feel
am
good.
I gonna wear with my leggings today?
Yep. Look good, feel good.
I mean,
Although I don't
for
have to
me,
do,
I don't know.
I don't have to do much, right? Like I just shower, brush my teeth, and just put a hat on, and a
yeah,
t-shirt.
it's a lot more effort to look. Like this is the first time I think that I was just like, the hair's going up. I didn't really get a chance to do it, but I'm just you get what you get today.
Anyway.
Yeah, we haven't even asked questions yet.
Maria got questions that were questions women are too afraid to ask, or maybe not too afraid to ask, or just want to ask husbands, men, blah blah. I don't know who they are. She's not going to tell me.
Nope.
And I'm going to answer them. And go.
Okay. How do guys really feel when they come home and their partner is just sitting in lounge clothes, no makeup?
I don't care. So it's like
They feel like you want us all dolled up.
I like natural look for you, so it doesn't matter to me. If you were dolled up or even just done up all the time, then it wouldn't be as special.
I need that wow factor when I actually put in all that
effort.
effort.
Like then I know like, oh, we're having a day. Got it. Like we're gonna, spend quality time / like you wanted to look nice today. Great. Like I wouldn't expect that every day because then
it's too much work.
Sure, but like from a male standpoint, like if you just were just done up every day, then it just like wouldn't feel as special when like you are putting in the effort.
That makes sense.
And like you've just been home all day, like you just gotta like get ready because I'm coming home. Like nah, you're good. Yeah. I'm like no, lounging cool. Like if I come home and my wife is happy and just relaxing in a chair like and happy, I don't care.
You see all those TikToks where it's like something about I can look like this and not shower for whatever, and they're just a mess, and like their husbands still want someone. It's like, you go, girl.
Yeah, I don't think any reasonable dude cares.
I'd hope not.
That's my response. Yeah. You could be unreasonable. Like you could want to come home and be like, no.
Like we're living in the 50s.
Yeah, no. I even tried to say it like to give some credit, and like no, like I don't think I'd ever like get done
Dinner's
streaming.
Gotta be done on the
get
table.
done streaming, and I hope my wife is showered, shaved, and has her hair done. Like
maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks.
No, I don't know. Like, but like.
I mean, sometimes I want to just for myself to feel better about myself. So randomly,
I get to like look like randomly like while streaming, you're getting done up, and I'm like, nice. But like, if you don't, I don't ever think in my brain like, okay, this is gonna be a shitty day. Like, could you imagine?
Do you want to see how hairy my legs are?
That's not too bad. That's kind of bad, but not too bad.
It's bad for me.
Yeah.
Because I don't like it. I just don't like how it feels with my pants.
Yeah.
Yep. Next one. Does it bother your man if you want to read to escape at times? So basically, I think a broader question would be, does it bother you if you take time to do something that they like on their own?
No. I like to...
Like have you time, pretty much.
No. I think having your own hobbies and time to yourself is fine. I shouldn't be a partner that does anything other than relieve stress. So we don't really have a dynamic where I would expect that you would need me time unless I was additive to your stress. And then you're like, I need to like just decompress and just not have anybody talking to me / whatever for right now. So I guess it depends on the dynamic. Like if I added to your stress and you were just like, I need just like time away from everybody right now, like I think I could probably be disappointed, but I wouldn't be upset about it. It would be like, oh, damn, all right. But
yeah,
not everybody is like us
more...
in terms of like we don't ever seek time away from each other. Like you'll go do stuff with friends, but it's not because you need time away from this. It's usually just because that's fun to go hang out with your friends, but it's not specifically that you need you time or alone time.
I think this way. I mean, I added in the you time thing. I think it was more, does it bother you to just have like reading as a hobby? Like go do your hobby for a little bit.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. I couldn't think of any reason it should.
Yeah.
I could see someone being disappointed, like if they're like, "Oh, I wanted to see my wife, but she just like
if
wants
she
to go
wanted
do
to
something
do it
by
like
herself
all
instead."
day or all like, you know.
Well, no, I mean even in the moment, like you're allowed to be jealous that your wife wants time not with you and be like, "Oh, damn, like I want to hang out with my wife, but she doesn't want to." I could see you being disappointed in the moment, but like not upset. Just like there are people, like I said, who aren't like us. Like I talked to people in chat who have said like, so is it bad then that like I sometimes just don't want to be around my girlfriend? And I'm like, no, I think that's probably more regular that people just want their own time on their own alone, especially if they grew up like that or how they grew up. They might just feel more comfortable. Like, yeah, sometimes I just need to decompress, not be talking to anybody, not have expectations of interactions, not need to entertain or, you know, whatever. But we're just kind of unique in the aspect that like we don't and haven't been away from each other in, like, we're not codependent, but kind of.
I mean, I think I am.
Like, we're not codependent, but like kind of.
Yeah. I mean, you can still do those things and be together. You can have your own thing. Like, I could read. You could.
Yeah. But we're still together.
Yeah.
If there was like an option, you would be like, come sit with me while I read and you can do this. And like, you'd rather have that than like, I'm going to go read upstairs.
Yeah. Unless I have the ultimate cozy vibe, like it's raining, I could go to the patio, I could have the fire on.
If you were like, okay, my new book came out, I'm gonna go read this, I would just be like, okay, I'm gonna go
like
work.
I want to lock myself in a room and not come out until like October 29th.
Yeah, but even then I'm like, cool, I got work I can do, so I'll just go and play a game or do whatever.
Yeah, so special moments then. I'm reserving that day up, by the way. How important is it to pick your significant other up when they are mentally breaking?
It's probably the most important thing. Like, we've talked about this on stream a lot too. If you're together with somebody like for a very long time, you're going to see them when they're just like genuinely just not very good people.
Yeah, the worst.
Like, and I don't mean
worst.
bad people, but I mean like you're going to see them on days where it's like, damn, they're being an asshole today. And they're also just like maybe like not doing their job as like a parent or a spouse right now. And they're not doing their job, like, and they're just going through a rough spout of maybe it's from like health or just work stress or financial stress. And it's just, they're kind of taking it out on me. And like, that's kind of those are the times where like you have to, like, it's like, our relationship, our successful 15-year relationship is defined by the awful times we had that we got through because one of us stepped up. Both of us needed to step up a bit.
We're pretty much at 16 years. That's next month.
Next month, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but 15 sounds better. But I feel like everyone always thinks of like the happy times in that like things are always perfect. And you just need to find that right person, and then things will always be perfect.
With.
Like, yeah, no.
You need to find the person that you can go through the worst times of your life with.
Yes.
and still have fun.
It's like we talked about before. Like, I'm not saying accept being mistreated. There needs to be accountability there, et cetera, et cetera. But, like, if you're ever going through, like, a really rough time, rough couple months, maybe even a rough year or two, I need to assist you. I like we always talk about those percentages. Like, it's not always 50-50. Sometimes there's months where I need to take care of 80%.
Yeah.
And then just hope that you do the same if I ever run into, moments where I don't have my shit together. I don't think that'll ever happen. But like, this is also why like it's important to make sure you're good. So even though we're codependent, I make sure I'm taken care of physically, mentally, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Sometimes I step away from environments like, hey, I got to go stretch my back. Like I can't play with them right now or something. Or like a good example right now, like my health, a bunch of annoying stuff has happened over the past 8 weeks for me. So like I've gotten a little bit less time with the kids, and I've been able to do a little less with them because like I can't lift, throw, and do all the fun things with them that I'm usually doing with them.
Mm-hmm.
But like stretching my back and getting those appointments done and whatnot is part of, or another good example, really bad expense, 8 weeks. I've been having to do a little bit more work than usual as well. So a little bit longer streams, a little bit bigger events, which have paid off because we've had crazy good month in terms of income to try to match the expenses.
Yep.
So, but like the same thing, like I need to make sure our financial health, my physical health, and then like obviously with those two things, my mental health is good. So that way, if you do run into scenarios with frustration with the kids and all these different things where you're down, it's like, okay, I'm still good. That's my main job. So my main job, I'm not going to say like as a man, but just like as an individual, my main job is to make sure I'm always good so I can pick up the slack if you need me to. I wouldn't even care if like we were to say our relationship is always 80-20, where I'm always making sure things are okay. In terms of picking people up through like their harder times, that's fine. I shouldn't go through our life being like, it's never 50-50. I feel like I'm always picking up the slack. Like, well, she probably picks up the slack on other aspects, right? And that's your strength. You can keep things level-headed and
I feel
work
like
us
the
through
women
things.
do more of the quiet behind the scenes things that you don't like notice.
Supplementary.
Yeah. Like the cleaning. You
I
always
can
have your
keep-
clean clothes. You're always fed. You're always like the kids. I know when their appointments are. I know when they got things for school. When Liam has library, I got to put the books away.
So it's
But
like,
then,
Chris is never having a breakdown and he's always good. And it's like, yeah, but I'm always supplemented. And like, if you need to pick up the slack on this, or I need to step away to like stretch more and do more things, or I need to do a few longer streams and plan some bigger events because we need more income to offset some bills that have came in, that falls on you every time, obviously. So if you weren't doing that, then I would have to bear the burden of doing all this extra stuff and trying to pick up the slack for you, which would then probably start hurting my ability to help manage the emotional overflow of toddlers plus parental stress plus financial stress plus whatever. So
yeah,
I wouldn't be able to pull you out of not like dark moments, but stressful or overwhelming moments if I wasn't taken care of in the small ways every day. So if I wasn't, then I wouldn't be as good. And I'd have to pick up the slack. So that's why sometimes when you're like, I need help with this. So
it's like a cycle. Like I feed you and like take care of you, and then you take care of me, and then it's just
yeah. Like we and that's brings us all the way back to like the roles question we had a long time ago. Like it's not your role to like feed me and stuff and whatnot, but like you've decided to take care of me in that aspect. And do these things. It's not like the traditional roles where we're saying you have to do that. There's times where you're like, hey, I need help with X, Y, and Z around the house, like over the next day. And I'm like, cool, just so you know, though, I have to like
really, really don't want to cook today.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, that's why it's like when we talked about it, it's like there's this talk online where it's like, I agree you shouldn't have to ask, but I think it's healthy to ask. It's healthy to have like a set of expectations you have for like what you can take care of today and what I can take care of today. And if your pile's getting too much, it's like, well, sure, I could notice and just do the dishes anyway, but then how do I know like it's not a day where it's just like just keep the kids away from me, right? So it's like, or it's not a day where it's like I'd rather just put off the dishes till later and then we can take the kids for a walk instead. Like, so it's just like you just let me know like, hey, I'm gonna need help with either like dishes or bath time tonight. And it's like cool, all good, and then we just fill in. Not everything needs to be overcomplicated where it's just like, well, you should just know that it would help, so you should help. And it's like, well, sure. I guess if I was just like sitting out on the couch, like laying there, while in whatever, then maybe that'd be different. Yeah. I think it's just because you/I are just always working on something, working on the house or working on this stuff or working on, or well, playing with the kids or taking them. We're never just kind of just relaxing until 10 to midnight. So I guess maybe it would be different if I was just like got done with work and then I just sat on the couch. And it would also be different if I did a different job where it was like physically laboring, where it was like expected, like I need to rest. I don't know. Yeah. I guess it'd be different. It'd be harder. But either way, no.
Like I see people's frustration when they are like, you see that the garbage bag is full. Why don't you just take it out and stuff like that? So I get it.
Well, it depends on.
But I also get what you're saying too.
It depends on the way y'all run a household. So it's like, if I was like the type of guy who was always like, I need the house clean and the house is dirty and like, where's the food and all that stuff.
Good luck.
Yeah. And then like, if I was like asking you to make sure stuff was done on a time frame that I expected and not just like when it was good for you. And then I also wasn't helping, that'd be different. Yeah. Whereas it's just like, we just kind of do what we expect and can handle for each other. And then if we need help, we just go, hey, I need help. And then that's it. So it's just like, so
you want to see the house clean, come over right before someone like that doesn't usually come to the house is coming over.
Yep.
And then it'll be clean. Or maybe once a week. So once a week I kind of clean it up and I'm like, this is great. And then literally like, 5 minutes later.
20, for like 20 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I feel like I gotta go to the next question. Let me find. Okay. So I think the Facebook ones are done. I didn't get any on Discord. I'm just double checking. Go to my messages. What do you find most annoying about the opposite gender in general?
I've lived with women my entire life, so what is the most annoying thing? I don't think I see it in men as much, so I think it's a safe annoyance. When they will actively, purposefully avoid a minor conflict conversation so much so that it will ruin and fester relationships because they are anxious about the conflict in general. Like they're just so conflict avoidant that they won't be like, this bothered me. I didn't like that. And I'm letting you know. So that way the other person's like, oh, my bad. And you just go, it's okay. And then you move like the amount of times I've had a conversation with like a guy friend where it's just like, they're just like, I just really didn't like this interaction or haven't really liked these interactions lately. And it's like, oh, okay. And then you just figure it out and then that's it. But
Guilty.
I think it's just happened less with dudes because they just don't care about like kind of having like a minor like, yo, we're just not cool for a minute, and then it's just like, all right, and then we just either move on or we don't, and that just is what it is, and it's a little bit more sense. I feel like since women, it's a lot more in motion, and it's a lot more like read between the lines, and it's not always direct and literal. That it's like when they said this, did they mean this? And it's like, I don't know, like just ask. Yeah. And I think that's the most frustrating thing is like a lot of times I'll see even friends like run into a situation where there's like conflict, clear just weird conflict there, and it's like the amount of times that like finally that conversation will happen where it's just like, well, I thought this, and they're like, well, no, I'm not upset. I just thought this. And you're like, oh, well, I'm not upset either. And like, but like, it was weird for like 2 weeks. And it's like, y'all couldn't just had that very simple conversation like 2 weeks ago. It's like, I think that's the most frustrating thing is it's like, anytime there's a lack of just literal blatant truth and honesty, and it's not like they're not saying it to be deceptive, it's just the way y'all talk sometimes. It's just like there's always like room for like, what did they mean by that? Did they mean this? And it's like, I don't know, just ask. And it's like, well, I don't want them to think I think this. It's like, okay, I don't if you're not going to ask, then I don't then just
It's
assume
so
no.
true, though.
Just assume. Well, this is what I've told you before. Like anytime like any stuff like this happens, it's just like I assume that person as an adult person will come to me if they're upset, and if they don't, I don't care. If they're upset and they never tell me, nothing I can do. You want to come tell me about it? I'll be like, oh, my bad. Let me correct that so it doesn't happen again. And they go, great. And I go, great. All good. Just let me know. It's cool. Hey, you said this. It kind of made me feel this way. I'm like, didn't mean like that. I meant this. And they go, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I would never say it like that. And they're just like, oh, okay. I feel better now. It's like, all right, good. And then that's it. Remember interactions that I've had in the past where it's just like, there was like a minor spat. And I'm like, we good? You want to talk about it? And they're like, I was just planning on like genuinely possibly never talking again. And it's like, that's weird. Just, this doesn't need to be bigger than it is. You're upset about it. This is why I did what I did. And they're just like, no, that makes sense. And then it's like, all right, so we moving on to just having things be cool again. They're like, yeah, like, all right, cool. That's it. That's all I want. That's all I want from people. And yeah, like I said, you'll see dudes with that too. It's just not as much in my experience where it's just a lot more literal, like, just have that conversation. Like, what's the worst that can happen? I don't know. They'll be mad. It's like, as opposed to like, whatever this is, that's worse. Like, well, no.
How would you feel about your wife being the breadwinner and you being a stay-at-home parent? Do you think other men feel the same way?
You were making more money than me for a brief moment in Walmart. When you went to the Vision Center, it's like before I was a manager. It was like, or it was a brief moment where I remember being like, oh damn, you're making more than me, nice. And I didn't care. In terms of like actually like you being the breadwinner, I don't think I would mind, but there is a clear disconnect between successful women and what they're attracted to. So, as an example, like if there is ever like a lawyer, nurse, lawyer, doctor, like somebody in like a high profession, CEO, women don't usually pursue men below their bracket, I guess you would say. Like when you see like a doctor, they're usually dating like another doctor or something, a lawyer. Men tend to like not really care about that all that much. They'll like the lawyer will date somebody they met at McDonald's. They really don't care. And I don't think it's really entirely based on the actual numbers, like the financial situation. I don't think they look like I make $250 and he only makes $210. Like I don't think they look at it like that. I think there's something naturally ingrained in y'all about finding somebody that provides the comfortability to where you have the choice on whether you have to provide, because you're at some point usually biologically engineered to think you're going to need kids, and at some point it's going to make you incapable of providing. It's going to make you incapable of it because you're going to be so caught up with taking care of the kids. So yes, the dad can stay home, but at some point, like, there's a part of that only you can do. I think there's like an innate attraction to a guy having his shit together and being able to take care of the family. So I think that affects like who women pursue. If it were to happen right now, where it's just like all of a sudden, we came into a bunch of money, it wouldn't affect our dynamic, but could it have affected it at the beginning? Maybe, but I'm not really insecure either. I would just wonder whether you would be as attracted to me if you had your shit together more than I did, if that makes sense. So it's like a college educated, hyper successful woman tends to date a other equal hyper successful man.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at like any of the dating statistics, like in the world right now, girls don't usually date down in terms of like their status.
Mm-hmm. But if
Um,
you were okay, like if the woman was okay with that, like it wouldn't bother you to
no,
be the one that stays home.
it wouldn't bother me. I don't think you see it often, not because the man is going to be like, no, absolutely not. I don't think it happens
Yeah.
because of that. I just don't think women tend to pursue people beneath them. They want to see they want to see somebody at least equally as driven and successful and have their shit together, right? And not
Mm-hmm.
saying that like a doctor wouldn't date a construction worker who works really hard or anything like that. I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but it's just like a very interesting psychological standpoint in the dating scene. We obviously talk to a lot of very single people, and it's just an interesting aspect. Like it's like the main question, like why don't women date, or why don't women pursue as many people like below their career or profession
Mm-hmm.
as much as men do? And there's just different things we're instinctually attracted to, and I just think being able to take care of the family
Mm-hmm.
is part of that thing that women find attractive. So I wouldn't care.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think guys do care? I think they care because the perception of the interest would lack. Like if you're providing and I can't, I do feel like that's an innate expectation, whether we like it or not. I just think it's an innate expectation of things that women find attractive in qualities in men, and men don't place as much value in that.
Yeah.
Like I don't think, like as an example, they've done a recent study on this. I don't remember exactly where it was out of, but it was like they had like 1,000 guys, 1,000 girls look at pictures, rate based on attractiveness, and then also with that came like a profession, like what they were. Men rated women based on basically only the
looks.
physical
Yeah.
appearance, and it really didn't change between if they were a doctor, nurse. They really didn't place any value in it at all.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor, nurse, all the way down to unemployed, that college student, they really didn't care. Women's changed like by like 3 basis points if the man was successful, irregardless of
I can honestly see that though.
right and I don't think it's money. I don't think it's because like, oh, I got to find a
Yeah.
guy who's rich and now I don't have to do anything forever. Like I think it's just biological evolution that has led you to be attracted to certain qualities in men, and me being attracted to certain qualities. Like
I feel like men instinctually want to provide and take care of people too. Like that's their purpose.
well, it's like it's almost socially engineered as well, because like if we know like anything that I know that you probably instinctually are going to be attracted to, I want to excel in those areas. Just like women still to this day, like you still want to look pretty and desirable. Right?
Yeah.
And I still do too. I do too as well. But like it's like not as much of a pressure on me as much of it as it turns a pressure on women. And sometimes that's not fair. Just like if we were talking right now, it doesn't sound fair that the guy always has to provide. Why can't he stay home? Might not feel fair for some people. But if I know that it is a instinctual, attractive quality in that, then in order to increase my stock in the competitive pool of dating, I'm going to want to provide the best resume. And my resume will just, if I know like things like this, which I feel like everyone kind of in the back of their head really does know, but nobody really likes to talk about because people want things to be fair nowadays, but it's just not. Like, girls could say like it's not fair that it's like only based on looks, and that's like all guys look for. And guys could say, well, it's not fair because I'm not ever going to be a lawyer, so I can never get these types of girls, right? Because they're only going to look for these guys, and that will never be me, right? It's never going to be fair. That's just what it is. But I just think,
or like women wanting a tall man.
yeah, right, yeah, yeah. Like I don't want, like, I don't think I would date a girl taller than me.
Yeah.
Just because I know that is a limiting factor, which she would find me more attractive. You would find me less attractive if I was 5'5".
Yeah, I want you
Yeah.
taller than me.
Yeah, like that's not fair, but that's what it is, and it's just biological. You want a perceived person that can protect, provide, and take care of y'all. And
like
that
in
comes
all
with
the romance book, he's 6'6".
yeah,
He's
that's
so
that's
tall.
what it comes with. Like it's just it's evolution. Like it's why guys look for certain physical characteristics because that's good for mating, which leads to a higher chance of successful offspring. That's right. That's what we look for. That's where the whole wide hips and whatever came from, like the ability to have children. And if you look healthy and blah 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 blah, those are physical characteristics that guys are going to pursue. Why do we like those things? We don't know. That's just that's just the way we're wired. And I feel like people have a hard time like admitting these things, and it's like it's the way we're wired because it's not fair and things should be fair, and it's like no, it doesn't need to be fair because it'll never be fair. But that doesn't mean
Fair enough.
it'll never be fair, right?
Yeah.
I will never be 6'4". So if I found like the perfect girl for me and she was 6'1", like damn, that sucks, right? And that's just is what it is.
I mean, sometimes it happens.
And then if you were a CEO and you're like, damn, that McDonald's worker probably, if you could like look at a scope of the world, be like, that's the perfect person for me, but like I'm just not as attracted to him. That sucks. And you might try to think, like even girls listening to this right now might try and think like, no, of course I would like date a good guy from McDonald's.
Would you though?
Okay. Like, and again, nothing wrong with working at McDonald's at some point in your life. You got to do what you can. It's great that you have a job, right? That some people just don't. Some people never pursue a job. Some people. So
Yeah.
great on you. Not dissing fast food workers. But what I'm saying is, yeah. But what I'm saying is that would you be more desirable in the dating scene if you were insert any other hyper successful category as a guy? Yes, you just would. It places value on your resume of a potential mate in the dating scene. Yeah. If you went, I mean, you could ask any guy right now who's like, damn, that sucks, right? Cool, man, it's fine. I've worked retail before. Found my wife, that right? Like that doesn't mean you don't come with value, but like to any guy right now who would be listening to this, it's just saying like, if you were going on a date and you were a CEO or you built, this thing and or you owned a company or you were a doctor or a lawyer or you had a construction company, like anything that sounded good, you would feel good about going there telling them that. And then I would then ask like, do you feel good going here and being like, yeah, I work at McDonald's. You right? You just know.
And Lex,
these are the
Alex
things that
Warren
people
and his wife.
Yes, these are the things you don't like to talk about, and it doesn't mean you can't find your mate. But what I'm saying is everyone recognizes it, that this brings value to you in the dating scene, but nobody likes to talk about it because it sucks.
Yeah.
So a guy might hear this and be like, "Damn, man, like I work at McDonald's. You're saying I can't find?" No, I'm not saying that, but we both know. Me and this other guy who's listening to this, we both know. If you had insert any other of these occupations, you would feel better about telling them that than telling them that you work at McDonald's. Yeah. You would feel better. And again, it doesn't mean that you're any less valuable as a person or a potential mate. But I'm just saying, you and me both know you would feel better about it because the perception would be girls would place more value in it. And again, it's not because of money. It's because the perception of being able to take care of us is an important factor for a person that's going to help provide for our children. Set them up with good lives so they don't struggle like some of us did. So
this next one, I feel like it says, do you dislike any of my friends? But I don't think these questions are just supposed to be specifically for you. So I'll say, if you disliked one of my friends, would you tell me? Maybe I'll word it that way.
I've disliked friends you have.
Yeah,
for sure.
You've told me.
And for sure. And me disliking somebody
in the past.
Yeah. Yeah, don't worry. Nobody right now. I would be more than willing to have a conversation with that person for the reason that I don't. And it's not like I don't like them. The ones that actually like dislike were because it was a net negative on your life. I don't really judge anybody for their decisions. I judge people for how they interact with you. So or us as like a more like there is no you.
We are
/ and me. So this is what like friends would have to understand. There is no you. and me. There's you and me.
Yeah.
So there's nobody that's there for you who's also not there for me. So if somebody's like ever inserts themselves into our dynamic, we're like,
I wouldn't be able to be friends with someone that didn't like you.
yeah, I mean, I don't think most people don't. I don't give them reason to not.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just like,
Or that was disrespectful to you or anything. I just, I wouldn't be able to.
nobody could be disrespectful to me. No, it wouldn't even be. I don't know. Like I feel like you have to allow yourself kind of to be disrespected. Like you have to like allow it. Like I'm always cool with confrontation if it needs to happen. So if somebody was being blatantly disrespectful, it wouldn't even get to a point where you'd have to be like, I don't think I can be friends with them anymore. Like it would be like, sorry, I have to bring this up. Like, what is the issue?
Yeah.
Like why are we having this issue, right? Like what's your concern? Just talk about it. Like it's fine.
So I think it's safe to say no, you don't dislike
I don't
any of my
dislike
friends right
I don't
now.
dislike any of your friends. No, and it's been very rare if I did dislike anybody. Very rare.
Mhm.
So
They're pretty cool.
Yep.
I do say so myself.
I mean, I hang out with pretty much
Yeah.
any friends you've ever had. So, and I don't dislike people in general anyway. Like I don't judge people like so you've had hundreds at this point of friends that we've hung out with. I've literally like disliked a like single one or two maybe, and it was more or less just because I thought some of their actions towards us were a net negative on our relationship in a way that brought us to a less happy place.
Yeah.
And that was it. It's like, no, I'm good.
All right, these are the last few. I think I have so say you thought you could, like, you bite off more than you can chew with a project. And I'm trying to think of how to word this one.
I do that all the time.
Yeah,
That's my thing.
But I wanted to bring it up without like offending you or something and say, hey, I really think we should hire somebody for this, but we don't want to hurt your feelings or make you feel, bad about it. How would you approach that? Or how would we approach that without?
Well, it depends. Depends on your budget. Depends on if you could afford it or not anyway. If you could afford it, but the person was just like, no, I really want to fix this. So if they're like, no, you know what? I'm going to fix this plumbing issue. And then you're just like spraying water for like an hour all down in the basement. It's like, do you want us to call somebody? I guess it depends on how well they receive criticism. Honestly, if they're like a guy that's just like, no, I'm doing like, okay, you want me to like hold a flashlight or something? Like, what do you want me to do? I guess it depends on your dynamic. Like if like we were talking about earlier, when I'm like mudding that ceiling,
Yeah,
and like we start the process of doing the bathroom. I thought the bathroom was going to cost about $7,000. It turns out like any quote we got was like 13. I was like, damn. Well, all right, I'm going to start seeing how much I can do, like whatever summer that was. So, I mean, I'm just in there tearing. I was like, I could tear this apart down to like, like the foundation.
Yeah.
And because that would cost money and time for somebody to do. I'm like, I'll just start doing that. And then putting down plywood to like redo some of the floor, and then building a wall. Cool. And then basically
which had to be taken down.
Huh?
Which had to be taken down.
Not the wall technically, just the drywall.
Yeah.
So the wall
that's true.
the wall I built
The frame was
structurally
good.
solid. The frame and everything built for the wall, and on the other side, all good, re-drywalled and everything. The side towards the shower did have to be swapped out with different type of different type of drywall, but then it got to a point when we were redoing this bathroom where I pulled down the entire ceiling, redid the entire ceiling with drywall, and it starts getting to the point where you have to mud. If you guys don't really understand what that means, I have to get a specific type of
like putty
mud stuff. It's, there's words for it, but like I have to get this like cement type stuff, and I have to fill in the holes. I have to fill it with like this like paper or tape, which has like, it's tape for drywall. And then I have to put the little cement stuff over it. And so I have to have it be liquidy enough to like spread on evenly. So that way, obviously you don't have a ceiling that has like bumps or anything like that. But also at the same time, it has to go on thick enough to cover holes.
It's an art.
And I'm on the ceiling here, so like my hands are up like this, and I'm on a ladder, and I'm trying to do this, and then it's like too liquidy, so it just keeps dripping on my face and stuff, and I'm like throwing shit, and I'm just like, if you had walked in there at that moment and just like, so, should we hire somebody? If you had said that, I'd be like, probably. Yep. But you didn't have to. Yeah. So I guess it depends. Like if I was just somebody that like just was like really stubborn to the point to where like I was just like, no, I can do this. But like for me, I guess this is the good part about, even though I'm very stubborn, like I'm not spending extra time and resources to have somebody have to redo this anyway. So I tried it like a good hour and a half one night, and I was like, it's going to look like shit. Like I remember I did it all, and I was just like staring at it, and I was like, it looks like ass. It looks bad.
And all the sanding they had, like
yep.
he had to do, I think maybe 5 coats of it
yes.
too. And he was just looked like a snowman when
yeah.
he would come out of there.
So no, I mean I recognized it, and I was like, we're paying somebody. I'm not, because I was gonna try and finish it all myself. I really was. I was like, I can figure this out. I can YouTube it, and I genuinely probably could have. But it would have looked worse. Yeah. It would like if I've already put in all this time, and we're already going to be putting in a decent amount of money anyway. We just have to add the labor in. Mm-hmm. It's like just pay for the labor then. Like it was getting to the point to where I was accepting that I could finish this and save a few grand. But if I put in all this effort and it kind of just looks shitty, I'm gonna be annoyed.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna look up at the ceiling and there's gonna be like little like divots and stuff, and it's gonna be like, what? Like I just put in years into this bathroom mm-hmm. and thousands of dollars, and it looks like shit. So no, I mean, it depends on if the guy's capable of accepting criticism. I think there's a way to approach that anyway, because if it's like there's something they're passionate about, like if you're painting something out there and, mm-hmm. and you were just getting really frustrated, and I came out in that moment and was like, so let's just pay somebody. And it's like, well, that's not the point. Like I'm trying to do this and I'm frustrated because I can't. So it depends. Like you have to come in.
Like they feel like they can like YouTube it and just.
Well, it depends. Like if it's like something they're passionate about and they want to do it, it's like you have to respect that. Like there's like a moment to bring it up.
Yeah. Not in the moment when they're frustrated and.
Yeah, you should never have any conversation when anyone's frustrated.
Yeah.
But just like later, it's just like, have you thought about maybe just paying somebody to do it at this point? Mm-hmm. Right? Or do you just want to keep grinding away at it?
Yeah, there's a follow-up kind of thing. Do you think there's any pressure on guys to feel like they should know how to fix things even now?
I feel like just dating back or going back to like the original conversation, I feel like being useful and being able to solve problems, even going way back to like the attraction conversation. I feel like being able to make things fix problems is a good quality to have as a mate. Like when it's like, oh no, this is a problem. It's like, I got it. Doesn't matter what it is. So like there's plenty of problems like we have nowadays. Like I'm just like, I got it. It's fine. Mm-hmm. And then there's some that's like, I don't feel a pressure to fix a plumbing issue. Mm-hmm. I like to know how it works. I don't know, in case the world ends, I guess I should probably at least know how it works and have some. Yeah. But for me now, it's all a time thing. Mm-hmm. So it's like, do I feel a pressure to like know how to fix every problem? No, because part of fixing the problem for me is outsourcing to somebody else, and it's mostly just because I want the time. It's the same reason like we pay for somebody else to do the lawn now. Yeah. I can do the lawn. I don't want to. I want my time. I want to be able to delegate resources away so I keep more time, because every time I can delegate resources away, like I don't want to have to fix the toilet or fix the heating stuff or fix the blah blah blah. But like if the dishwasher is broken, like I can probably figure it out. Yeah. Cool. If the like we already did. If the hot water's broke, like I can probably figure it out. If it's something that I can do that's not going to take a lot of time away from y'all or like our evening, I'll do it. If it's not, call somebody. Yeah. So it's like it's all about what you're willing to trade. Some people might not have the resources to be able to do that, so they do have to do it. Mm-hmm. So it would be a good trait to, like, if you're like somebody who really can't afford a plumber, right? When something's going wrong, yeah, it would be good for you to learn. Mm-hmm. If it's like, like when our hot water heater died and it's like going to be like $2,500 and blah blah blah, yeah, it's good that I at least kind of know what's going on, so that way I can make sure it, whatever gets fixed the way I need it to get fixed, or even better, might be good to learn that, because if I can't afford that random $2,500 expense, it would be really great if I knew how to fix something. It'd be really great right now if I knew how to fix my fucking car when that happened, right? But, you know, do I feel obligated to like learn that? Not really, but like it would be good for me too. It would be a good trait to have if I could just like fix the car whenever it happened. But
yeah, I think it's pretty much
depends on how much time you want to invest into learning that. 'Cause the more you learn, the more obligated you feel to fix.
Really
I don't even.
Oh my God.
I don't want to learn.
Oh my God. Sorry.
You're good.
It was like usually you can avoid it, but I couldn't avoid not itching that. Sorry.
You're
good. Have you ever said yes to a project because you didn't want to say you couldn't do it?
I don't have any pride with. No, I don't. I don't have any pride in that aspect. If I don't know something, I have no problem being like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's why sometimes like you're just like, if we're ever like in like more of an argument where you're like trying to get one up on me, you're like, you're just always right, and I'm like, that's because if I'm wrong or don't know, I just go, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to feel good about not knowing everything. I was like, it hasn't happened in a long time, but I think I even brought this up one day. I'm like, that's because if I don't know, you know how many times you're like something. I'm like, I don't know. That's because the conversation ends. We don't argue about it. We don't argue about it because I just go, I don't know. Or if like you're just right, I'll just go, I don't know, what is it? And then you'll be like this. You're like, see, I was right. And I'll just go, yep. And that's like where it ends. And it's just like, if I don't know, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just like, I don't know. Mm-hmm. You're like, I'm pretty sure it's this. I'm like, I don't know. And then you'll check and then be like, see? And I'll go, yeah, okay. So if it's something I feel like I know, then I stick to it in a conversation because I feel like that's important. And then I usually do end up being right, because what would be the point of conflict with you right now if I really didn't believe I was right? Right? Like what would be the like what I could not imagine arguing with you about just something and I just didn't know. Like if I was just like throwing a guess out there, like it's not a thing where it's like are we both remembering this correctly from years ago and trying to rehash out something, right? It's not about like remembering. Those ones are much more complicated and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But it's like if I really didn't know, what would be the point of like
who has the energy for that?
Ego fighting over pride over something that you don't lack or that you lack the knowledge on? That would just be such a waste of time. I don't know. I'm just really big on not wasting my time or energy, and that would sound like a huge waste of time and energy. So I just go, I don't know. Mm-hmm. No idea. No, so I would never do anything. However, that's how I got promoted all the time at Walmart. I was thinking this
in my head the whole time. I was like, is this when you say you didn't actually know all these things?
Yeah, I did that all the time at Walmart, but only because the trade-off was promotions. So like it wasn't out of ego, like maybe a little bit, actually. So like in relationship, like with stuff we're working on that has a direct reflection like on us in our house, like if it's like, oh no, I can fix this plumbing thing, like no, I have no idea what's wrong with the car, I don't know. Like if the oil's leaking here, does that mean this? I'm like, I don't know. I feel like now that I think about this, I say this to you all the time. You'll ask me something, I'm like, I don't know. I'm not like a car mechanic. I don't know. Or what about this? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Just ask the doctor. I don't know. That's all I do. I see something, I kind of research a little bit, and I still go, I don't know. I'll ask the doctor. But at work, when I was first starting, all the time, opportunities would always arise. We're like, could you do this? Like, do you know this? And I'm like, yeah. Had no clue. But it was because I knew I could do it better than anyone else.
But it wasn't like
it's hard to describe. So
not
like
a skill. I don't want to say skill, but it wasn't something that you had to fix. It was just something you had to.
It wasn't. I didn't need like plumbing knowledge. It was like, could you lead a team of people doing this? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, hey, could you teach, could you be the subject matter expert for the food areas at the store and travel around and teach people that? And I had never worked in that area in my entire life. And I was like, of course. I had never been there. I had never looked at any of the policies. I just had never been on that side of the store. And they were just like, could you do this? I'm like, of course. And then I just had to go learn it all over that next few weeks, everything, everything. Because I knew, even though there were people that had been doing it longer, like, why am I going to turn this down this opportunity? The first time, if I wasn't like that, we would possibly have never even met.
Yeah.
You know, service desk? Yeah. No idea. Never been on a service desk in my life. I got up there, Mary's training us like we talked about in the first episode or whatever, and I'm just like, the registers are a lot different. So can you just like show me how to do this? Just so like I like get a refresher. I just want to like learn. They said you know a lot, and so I want to make sure I'm doing this right in the new store and everything. And she's like, yeah, of course. And I was like, I didn't know anything about service desk.
She'd love to show people how to do stuff too.
I didn't know anything. So I guess the technical answer is yes, but because it wasn't out of pride, it was out of opportunity. So the opportunity to make more money or have more opportunities to learn more was reason to overstate my capabilities, and it always worked out because I know, like, the second I say I can means the second that I need to learn it and get good at it fast. And in order to do that reasonably, all I need to do is find the material that teaches me and then memorize it and then go do it. And I've obviously just never had an issue pursuing that process. It's the same way with streaming. It's like, yeah, sure, of course, I could go stream for a living. I had never done it. I was just like, anytime I've ever looked at somebody that's doing it and I'm not, and this is what I tell people in stream who are pursuing things in their life all the time, and I'm just like, what is the difference between the person that's doing it and you who wants to do it? They either have the resources they need to do it that you don't have yet, so find a way to get them. You need a stream set up. Obviously, you can't just start streaming, or you need the capabilities of doing it at a job, so you need the job in the first place. But like, you need the resources to be able to do it, and then you have to get the knowledge to do it, and then it's just time and effort.
And you gotta have that confidence too.
You can develop the confidence. Confidence isn't there at first.
Yeah.
You can't be confident in something you've never done. So it's like,
you
just
confident
need
in yourself to be able to.
Yeah, that you
figure it out.
develop the confidence by recognizing the things that you lack and then understanding how to get them. What is the difference between the successful streamers and me? They've put in more time, they know what to do, and they have the resources to do it. I can pay for the resources to get it. I can learn what I need to do, and then I can work harder than everybody else at it, and I'll be successful. That's how it works. I will outwork every single person in this field to the best of my ability. We just talked about that the other day. Like, when I was like, there was people within the first 2 months of me streaming that were like, you're going to burn out on this like 6 days a week, 8 hour a day schedule. And I was like, no, I won't. I remember Buddy being in there, rest in peace. He just happened to be in the stream because they were just like, you're going to burn out. Like, streamers burn out all the time. It's an endless cycle. Like, you're always losing viewers, which means you always have to regain viewers. I was talking about this today. The people that are here today, like, let's talk about this subathon. The people if I have like 200, 300 viewers during the subathon concurrently at any given point, you look in there, there's 300 people. 230 to 260 of them are all going to be new. They were not here last year. 40 or 50 of them are all going to be people who have been here long term, which means I'm losing 60, 70, 80% of my viewer base every single year because they move on to new games, or they have a kid, or they move away from watching a video game or watching me. They just move away from it, and they only come in every once in a while now. That is going to happen every year, which means I need to keep replacing hundreds of people to convince a new group of hundreds of people to watch me every year. It never ends. People burn out. I was like, I won't. I will never burn out. I have done far worse jobs for far less money. And then Buddy happened to be in there. He's like, oh, if you think this is going to burn Chris out, you don't know, like, the 4 12-hour days before inventory with 17 trucks and like regional visits and all this different stuff. Like, he's like, this is what he has to sit here and play games, right? Like, Buddy, Chris, like, he's not going to burn out. And obviously I was talking about it today. I pulled up the metrics, 6 days a week, 8 hours a day for 5 years, 13,000 hours of streaming. I'm like, when things are getting tough or they put up like a high pressure situation, I love that. I love that. We were talking about the competitive male thing, right? Gets a little toxic. Like, even just this whole mindset of the way I'm talking is a little toxic, but I'm okay with it. The competitiveness aspect of it. But like, when things are hard in any given field, I love it. When there was the hyper stressful situations, I was like, put me in charge. Like, and that's why I would get promoted. When there's like the regional visit and we're getting, monitored for like, like our tax something, and I have to teach people to make sure blah, blah, blah. So we don't get like something really important taken away for our financial audits or something. It was like, put me in charge.
I want to get me out of here.
Yeah. I was like, put me in charge. I want to handle this. I was always sent for like the very complicated issues. I was always sent for like the very angry customers. I was always sent for the bomb threats. I was always the one that I wanted to like send me.
No thanks.
When things were tough the last few years in the certain category that I stream in, like I'm good. I'm chilling because
all worked out.
Not the whole when the going gets tough, blah, 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 but like I will not get outworked. I won't. It's just effort, right? It's just effort and that's it. And if the effort means I get this and I get to give our family this, there's no way I burn out. It's just like there's no bigger purpose to me than this. So it's like,
thanks, babe.
Yep. So it's like, so I guess technically it does have a bit to do with ego. But I don't think ego is as bad of a trait, just like arrogance. I don't think it's as bad of a trait as people think if it's done without tearing other people down or I feel like in order to be successful, you have to be almost wildly arrogant and egotistical. But just not at the cost of other people, but like just such a delusional self-belief, just such like an absolute delusional belief in yourself that just like, I'm going to work harder than everybody. It's not true. I'm not actually working harder than anybody. There's people who are doing things better than me right now and I need to get my shit together. Right. But like, we're still doing great, but it's like, you almost have to have literally like a delusional sense of arrogance for the things you can achieve, because like all of the goals, like we're about to upload a video during the subathon is one of the things that's like how much money we made last year. And that's it. That was, we missed it by a little bit. Like
almost made it.
We missed it by like 6%. That's what I'll say without spoiling anything. We missed it by like 6%. And,
crazy goal though.
That is such an arrogant goal to have after never having done this. I want to make that much money my fifth year of streaming. Not only did I think I was going to still be streaming by year 5 after never having done it before and making money, I set like a unreasonable income goal for year 5 and we missed it by like 6%. I was telling somebody the other day, I was like, I fail at my goals that I set like every year, every single one of the goals, like the income goals I want, or the growth I want, or the viewership I want, or the quality on some things I want. I'm like, I fail. Like I could give you a list of like the goals I set out every year. I fail every year because I set them so high. But it's like, I'll hit like 70% of that goal, but that 70% is far more than like anyone else did.
I mean, I hope our kids have that mindset of being so confident in themselves.
I think it came from my dad a bit and my mom a bit. It's like I was coached by my dad. So my entire young adult life with like, no, you don't give up at that. Like even thinking back, like I didn't give up at anything ever. I always pursued to be the best at everything I ever did. When it was basketball, I was going to basketball camps in I was going to say the town. I was going to basketball camps for the entire summer to get better at just be better at it. We're playing stuff outside every day because I didn't want to sit the bench. Like I'm not sitting the bench. I'll get better than this at everybody. Because it was just like, how do you get better? It actually makes me think of the thing I was talking about with Liam at his basketball practice the other day. And he was getting mad even just during the beginning of running down there and running back. And I'm like, he's getting pissed because he's like, I'm losing. I'm like, this not a race. You're literally just running just for the sake of running to get better at running. And he's like, well, I want to win. It's like, okay. So like, you want to run down and back faster than everyone else? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, so run faster then. He's like, how? And I was like, that's a good question. You run more. And then you do different things like with your arms or your legs, and you get more muscles in your legs by running more. And then the same way you shoot this basketball a few times and you missed every single time that first day. And then you made it a couple times at the end of the day. And then the second day you made like 5 in a row. So it's the same thing. The more you do it, the better you'll get at it. So it's just like when you just break it down, when you're teaching kids like just like permanent lessons that they will have in their brains forever to carry through to tasks they'll pursue in their life. I'm sure my dad didn't think the random lessons he's teaching me about improving at basketball and stuff is the same logic I would apply to improving my ability to be a leader in retail or this, but it did. I still remember the exact conversations and whatnot. Like
That's
from
awesome.
from 30 years ago when I was 6, like still remember like where we were, what we were saying, like I remember them. So it's
Aw.
like these same conversations they'll probably remember. So it's like
Yeah.
the same thing.
It's
It's
a
like,
little nerve-wracking.
yeah, when you break it down, getting better at something is literally just as simple as finding out like the information, knowledge, the type of practice you need to do, and then working harder than everyone else at it. That's literally all it is. Like make sure you're practicing the correct way. Like putting in time in the wrong way does nothing. Find the right way to do it, like the best way to do it, and then just do it a lot. Like you right now could actively write one of the best-selling books in the next 5 years. Why? You could focus on reading a bunch of books from bestsellers, learn what that is, sit here for a while, come up with ideas that you think would tell a good story, and you could write a book that becomes a bestseller. How? Because you could work at it harder than anyone else.
Yeah. I feel like you have to be creative enough to think about these worlds, though.
Creativity comes with effort.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't believe that there is, what, you think the person was just born creative?
I don't know.
No, it's just a developed trait by interests. You think that person hasn't read hundreds of books written by the greatest people and watched a bunch of movies to get an idea of a world they would think was really cool to tell a story about and make up? No, it's just like going way back to other podcast episodes where we talk about talent and stuff. It's just time, effort, and knowledge. That's all it is. That's all any of this is. Yeah. Except for like muscle memory stuff if you're talking more like sports or fine motor skills or whatever. But like you could do anything. Anyone watching this podcast could do anything. I think that's what's frustrating sometimes when I see people that are just like, they just like don't like the way their life's going. They don't like, you can do whatever you want. Like literally. Not literally. I'm probably not pursuing the NBA. But like almost anything within your within your interests.
Yeah. Sure can. It's 12:17.
What does that mean? When did we start?
11:04.
That puts us like right at when we usually end. So
Yep.
Podcast is doing, like I usually say, okay. Some of the previous episodes have only gotten like 20, 30 views instead of like 50, 60. So we're on a downtrend.
Disappointing.
Yeah, it's all good. Like I said, we watched something the other day. We're one of the biggest podcasts in the world. They're like, how long did it take you to actually start breaking even, at least just on income? He's like, 5 years. 5 years. So again,
That is crazy.
Applying this same logic to everything I just said, we could have one of the best podcasts in the world.
That sounds
One of the
silly to
best.
say.
One of the best, not the best. That it's hard to, like when you start talking about, like when I start talking about this, like if I'm like, yo, you want to be like the best bobsled person in the Olympics, blah blah blah. All right, you probably needed to start working on that. So there is limits, but if we want to have a very successful podcast, got to redo some of this background a little bit.
Yeah.
Got to work on the tech side a little bit in the audio quality and stuff like that. Got to work on my social media engineering a little bit in the editing and stuff that I do. And then after learning all of that, like we're talking about, it's just time and effort. That's all it is. If I upload our 200th episode and get a little bit better at the shorts and whatever, like the shorts are still pulling like 800 to 1,200 views every day. So we're at like 127 subscribers, like throughout all of them. It's probably almost at like 1,000 across everything. We've had like 2 to 3 shorts do very, very, very well. Long form has been, so same logic that applies here. It's like I could give up because like, like only 30 people are watching right now. And it's like, yeah.
But thank you for
The 30 people. We
Those
appreciate the 30 people.
You're awesome.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, we already committed to this full year, and there's a thing during the subathon there'll be a thing during the subathon. It's a very large extended goal that will basically confirm that we'll do this next year because it basically pays for it. If we don't hit that, I'll probably do one more in September, and see if we hit another like extended goal to see if that will pay for it. If it doesn't, then it'll have to be just based on the progress we make this year on if we do it next year or if we mind doing it next year.
Yeah. We shall see.
Yep. Anyway, I'm going to keep rambling, but
Stop.
we have the big event on the 26th.
I thought you were kidding.
We have the big event on the 26th. So if you've never watched a stream, you should come check it out. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And we'll see you guys next video. Goodbye.
Bye.